Hi, welcome back to another episode of Coldstream Rod Shop. I'm Derek Fraser. In this week's episode, we're going to keep on working on the Camera Ladies Roadster, working on the interior. Last week we got the interior panels front and back put in, got the carpet done. There's a few things we have to do for accessories and stuff, like a boot for the shifter. And one thing I'm going to look into is we had the traditional high-low beam switch. Going to try a two-way switch and hook it up underneath the dash to kind of get the traditional plug out of the way. Going to give that a try. And then I'd mentioned at the end of last week's video, we did get the MSD distributor in and a new coil. So hopefully I will get that into the Y block, and hopefully we'll get the tach situation sorted out. The Camera Lady is going to reupholster to the bottom seat. Now, one of the reasons why we did the back panels here, and I forgot to mention it at the end of last week's video, was that we realized we needed to reshape the bottom seat. In order to do that, we needed to put the panels in to know where the panels are to where the seat will come up against it. So now the rear panels are in. We're going to pull the seat apart. We're going to she is going to redo it. I'll help her. But one of the things we've decided we want is that this forward section, we want it much larger. Maybe the pleat's a little bit bigger, and then we're going to follow that same theme there. We're going to put that red piping across the front of here, but we want to basically shape the seat out more this way and more this way to kind of give it a little more shape than what it is. It's comfortable. It just doesn't look quite right for us, so we're going to redo this. I'll take it apart, she's going to redo it, and I'll help her put it back together again and hopefully get that in the car by the end of this week's episode. I'm not going to promise the 35 chassis is going to leave because I'm doing that for 3 weeks, but we'll see. It should go out. There is still more stuff coming in. One thing we will be doing either this episode or next, the International Roadster that we had built before, towards the end of this summer, we're going to start working on it, but there's a few things I needed to tidy up on this. So what I may be doing is actually moving this over to the other shop and starting to work on some of the things, the last few things we needed to do to this. That project should go active, I think, in August or September. There's a few things that the owner and I have to work out as to what he wants done. It won't go active right away, but that is on the plate for the end of the summer this year. So anyways, follow along. We're still working on hot rods. So it's always really neat when you go ahead and you put something new in. You eyeball it, put the timing in right, you hook all the wires up, you give her a shot of gas, and boom, it starts up. Doesn't always work that way, and look at that. We now have a tach that is working just fine, it's not bouncing all over the place. Had to pay up to get the MSD distributor and the coil and everything else, but like right now, besides putting a timing light onto it or something, I'm going to leave it where it is for the time being because I had to put 2 shots of gas, turn the key, and boom, it was up and running. So one more problem solved. I'm going to work at some of the other small stuff too. Got to get the gas pedal back hooked up and the shifter boot and everything onto it. Camera Lady is going to start taking the seat apart this weekend. Hopefully we can get some progress on that, and I'm going to pick away some small stuff. Like I said on the previous episode, one of the things I'm going to do is try and convert this button switch on the floor for high beams to a toggle switch underneath the dash. Never done that before, but we're going to give that a go and let you know how it makes out. It's in the truck and on the way out. The 35 chassis and the box are leaving now. That's it. It's going. Next project is going to be another week or so, so we're going to have to wait and see what's going on. So one small detail I had to work out was the high beam switch. As I mentioned before, I was looking at doing like a, I don't know if you call it a three-way switch, but a switch that would go from high to low beams. Usually we would have the button on the floor, which I have in the other two cars, but camera lady asked, well, can we do something different? And maybe get some sort of other switch. So what I looked into, I picked up this 30 amp 12 volt switch. It basically is a 3-position switch. Top is on, middle is off, and bottom is on. So what that allowed me to do, I put one of these in. Basically one of the on positions is high, one of the on positions is low, and then the center position I can actually turn the lights off with it as well. But basically wanted to have something out of the way, accessible, or whatever, that I could flick from high to low beams. 99.9% of the time we're only going to be driving the car during the day, so it's going to be low beams anyways, but we still have to have a high-low beam switch. Now on the Roadster, I don't have a windshield wiper, and if I do have to put one on, I'll probably put one of those little manual switches, little manual wipers on instead of electric powered one, which are legal. But until that time that I have to put it on, then I'm going to leave it off. What I found with the Model A is that when I'm driving in the rain, which is not on purpose, the wind will blow all the water off the windshield. I don't really need the windshield wipers. They don't do a whole lot. They function, they go back and forth, but they don't clear the water really off the windshield like the wind does. My expectation with the Roadster is if we ever do get caught in the rain, a similar situation will be that the wind is going to blow the water off of it. But for now, we're going to run without a windshield wiper. So getting to that point, what I decided to do, well, where am I going to put the switch? I was going to put a bracket up underneath the dash, and well, I'm just going to take the windshield wiper switch out. And that's what I did. I took the windshield wiper switch out, and I put my high-low beam switch in the place of it. So now there's no extra holes in the dash, and that's kind of nice and neat and out of the way now. So one more thing taken care of on the camera lady's Roadster. So the camera lady's been busy down in the sewing room. We have come up with a new bottom seat. It took a lot more time than what we thought. We're not upholsterers, so we kind of have to work our way through it. Ultimately, it took a couple different attempts, but the net, I think we got what we want. We wanted a bit more of this section here being a little more puffy, so it goes underneath your feet, and then actually a distinction so that we've got something coming down, and then the back kind of sloping away. And what we thought was that we would roll the tuck and roll across the back. That's kind of what we've seen in other cars and other examples. So right now we're quite happy with that. That is the new and improved bottom seat with the red piping. Hopefully everybody liked it or likes it. Looks a lot better than what it did before. The other one was functional. It was good, but kind of like this a whole lot better. So next up, it'll be next week's episode, but we'll be working on the back section to look like the front section. So thumbs up to the camera lady. She did a great job stitching that and fitting it. One more step ahead. So as you can see, there is no new project in the shop. What we decided to do was actually finish putting the drywall on the ceiling, which was 14 sheets. It took a while to do. I bought a drywall lift because I was doing it by myself. The last time around, I put all of them up manually, but with the drywall lift, it was like 220 bucks, I think, off Amazon. Made life a whole lot easier. Kind of tricky working around the brackets for the doors and whatnot. But anyways, it's done. Got a few more things left to do here. I've got some of the lighting back up. I think what I'm going to do is I kind of like this strip lighting. I'm going to order some more of this strip lighting and put it down the center here as well. And then we're going to run some across the back. When you're working, lighting's always good, especially as you get older. But right now, I think success, but it took up most of the week, me doing the drywall, getting it up one piece by piece. So anyways, a couple shop improvements. It's not working on hot rods, but it's gonna get me to working on the hot rods. So that's it for another week at Coldstream Rod Shop. I only working on the 32 Roadster. We did get the 35 pickup chassis and box out. Saw that it left. We weren't able to bring anything in just yet because we chose to finish the ceiling there in the working shop. I want to get that done and out of the way with first. That way I'm not moving stuff around. I was able to get the new distributor, and the tach situation is all sorted out, so all of my gauges work, so I'm really happy with that. And then the high-low beam switch was bugging me because I was trying to find a solution of not having the button on the floor. Some of the steering columns, you know, you would have a button you could push and pull onto it, but like I said earlier, we just have a toggle switch now on the dash. We can go high-low beam, so something simple. It's all good. And we did solve the problem of the shape on the bottom part of the seat for the 32 Roadster. So success on a couple different fronts, got a few things move forward. The new projects are still coming. We're going to start up one next week, but tune in, you'll see it. And then there may be a second one coming the following week, but there is still stuff lined up. We're still back in the business. Well, we're still in the hobby of working on hot rods here. So anyway, that's it for this week of Coldstream Rod Shop. Please like, share, tag, and subscribe. Come on back next week, see what we're up to, and everybody have a great week. Take care.